Eagles are the better team. I can't say it any other way.
I don't really think everybody knows what they're about to witness.
I know talent when I see one. I should be an NFL scout.
Jonathan, I don't like that pick. I love that pick.
I want to go to another generational talent, something that we've never seen before. I really want to buy his jersey, but I'm waiting until next season when he goes to another team.
Who?
Joshua Dobbs.
Oh,
Joshua Dobbs.
Oh, yeah. How could I forget?
I can't say enough good things about this guy. I was raving about him to John all day. I mean, I think to explain, Joshua Dobbs and the Minnesota Vikings pull off a win against the Falcons 31-28. Joshua Dobbs had 158 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown. Now, I'll explain this quick. Whoever the quarterback was before the Jaron Hall,
Yep.
who cares at this point? He goes down.
All right, no,
he
no,
go
no,
down.
No, stop.
I hope that he recovers. Yeah, I hope that he
okay,
recovers.
Thank you.
But you lost your job, buddy. You lost it. It's over because Joshua Dobbs comes in. And let me tell you, let me paint the freaking picture for everybody. Everybody knows he got picked Tuesday, trade deadline. Vikings swoop him away from the Cardinals. They get him, throw a 7th or 6th round pick at him and say, we'll take Dobbs off your hands, right? So from Tuesday to Sunday, Dobbs did not take a snap, did not throw a pass to a Minnesota Vikings receiver all week. Nothing. Diddly squat. All
Probably
he did
didn't know their names.
didn't know their names.
Didn't know the offensive lineman at all.
Nothing.
Like, what's up, man?
Nothing, bro. It's like first day of school. You walk into class and you're looking around. You don't know a single person. Not one
It's like going
person.
it's like going into school on the first day and you don't know anybody and you have to like ace an exam and you're like, I don't even know what the curriculum is.
Exactly.
Every interaction with O'Connell, which is the head coach, in the back of my mind, I'm like thinking the class settings, like, oh, it's professor or coach. Thanks, coach. Like you forget his last name or Kevin. Like every time they were hugging, I was like, in both their minds, like, what's this guy's name again? I can't remember. But that's impressive. You guys talk about it.
Dude.
Keep going, Jared. Keep going.
So not only that. Oh my God. But so he comes in. Yeah, I think it was the first quarter. He comes in, rough stretch, gets a safety and all that.
Yeah.
You know, it's a rough stretch, but give Dobbs 2 minutes. Give him 2 minutes, and he's like, I memorized everything. I got you. I put the team on my back.
Like Bradley Cooper, Limitless.
On my back. Let's freaking go. Joshua Dobbs running for a touchdown. Minnesota. Oh, my gosh. It's like the Minnesota Miracle all over again, Joshua
I was
Dobbs.
thinking about that, too. I was like, what's up with Minnesota getting these quarterbacks that just have these that come
by the grace of God. I mean, and the Atlanta fans, if there were any in the arena, I think it was all Minnesota.
Oh boy,
they were all just witnessing history.
Stunned.
They could give a crap about Taylor Heineke. The team's screwed.
You need
Bijan
a villain
had
to
like
every
2
hero
points.
story, and Taylor Heineke's the villain.
He's the villain. He's the bad man. Joshua Dobbs beat the bad man, and everyone's happy. So he comes in and he wins the game for him. Whatever. They go into the press conference and they go, "Oh, like, how did this whole thing come about? How did you even call plays? Like, what was going on?" And he's like, basically, the night before, they gave me the play call sheet and all the run-throughs for Sunday, and they said, what's your comfortability level of all these plays? What could you run? What are you comfortable with? And he looked at the sheet, and he's like, Coach, I'm comfortable with everything. Call whatever you want. I'll make it happen. I'm comfortable with everything on this play, from the red zone, from the 2-minute drill, from whatever you want, end of game drill, game-winning drive drill. I got you. And look what he does. He does it. And let me say this, generational talent. We are witnessing history. Smartest motherfucker ever in the NFL. The smartest. You cannot tell me any different. It's Tom Brady and it's Joshua Dobbs in my head. He is so smart. The guy did a NASA internship while he was with the Tennessee Titans. While he was playing football, he did an internship at NASA. The guy is incredible. I'd love to shake his hand, and if he came on this podcast, I might cry. But I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy his jersey once he's off Minnesota because I don't want to buy the jersey and then he gets off the team. So once he gets to a team, and let me tell you, he's going to go to a team and he's going to stay there for a full year because, gosh darn it, if you give Joshua Dobbs a full year in an offseason with a playbook, he's going to know it like the back of his hand in a second and probably take you to the Super Bowl. And that's all I got to say, John.
Well, don't you think that with all this, that's going on, maybe he thrives off of this like uncertainty that he is, always thrown into different scenarios, always doubted and things like that. Maybe if he goes to a team, given a chance, he's paid like a franchise guy, maybe he might crumble. I don't know, but he's been.
Type.
I'd give him the max. I'd give him the max tomorrow. Tomorrow.
I think. Do you think he's better than Justin Herbert?
I think he's better than Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes combined together. And you know what? I wish it was if you took Joshua Dobbs' head and put it on Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes would never lose another game of his life.
Imagine if you put Josh Dobbs' head on Zach Wilson.
Oh my gosh!
No.
I think that's it. I think Aaron Rodgers needs to find a different home.
What's going on here?
It's incredible. The guy's incredible. I'm in love.
Bottom line is we need to bring him into the lab and do some analysis. Because who knows what's going on. But yeah, he's having a great year so far, and I'm excited to see it. And it gives us some confidence that Justin Jefferson will come back. So anybody that is playing fantasy football and you have Jefferson and you're waiting on him, you should be happy about Dobbs being at quarterback because the offense looks pretty good. And he didn't have Osborne. Addison didn't have a good game. You can't even tell me who he threw to, but he made it happen. He scored 31 points. So how did that happen? So he always finds a way to get it done, like Jared said. So I'm excited to see the rest of their season. I think they could sneak into the playoffs here.
Yeah, they could. And yeah, I agree with what you guys said. I'm very impressed by his performance. And it's very hard to do what he did, but like, guys, this is the Falcons. Let's not forget that. So yes.
Yeah, they do suck.
Yeah, they do suck. So it was good though, but it's still tough. And yeah, I'm impressed. But I agree with John. You have to question if he was actually given a franchise contract and there was more, responsibility given to him and there was more expectations. Would he perform, pretty good? I don't know about that.
That's down the line though. We don't have to worry about that. This is about the here and now. I'm even on the Cardinals, because clearly the Cardinals, we were joking before we started recording about say it for the audience, like the Cardinals finally got what they want. They want a tank. They had to get rid of Dobbs because he was winning too much. It's like, oh no, please. No, I'm not gonna. Stop the winning. It's too much.
He was trying too hard to win. That's what it was. Trying too hard to win.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
clearly have given up or banking on Kyler or whatever you want to put there. But I was watching it, and first the Minnesota Miracle. It is against the Falcons. I did pick them largely because I didn't expect him to suit up. Which shout out to whichever genius was just like, you're probably not going to play, but just have it on and just get a feel for the
Caleb,
team.
you were right. You were like, I want a game to watch that's going to be exciting, and by golly, it was the most exciting one of the day.
I was like, I think going, yeah, exactly. I was happy. There was a couple today. My heart was racing, especially because I had a Red Bull. But no, but that was it was a great game. Part of why I picked the Vikings was like, I just think, what are like Jonathan, you mentioned, what are the Falcons doing? Like, why aren't you playing Bijan enough?
Why aren't we playing Desmond Ridder at home? The guy's undefeated at home. Why are we playing Taylor Heineke here?
You bench Ridder because he's turning it over, and then Heineke turns over. But it's still a great day for the Vikings, for Dobbs. Because honestly, it's crazy. From what I understand, it's like having an interpreter where it's like you don't speak the language, but someone's telling you in your ear as you're like trying to talk. That he was relaying the plays, and McConnell, up until like the mic cuts out at a certain point, he was like saying, all right, this is the read, all in that moment. So he's actually physically looking at it, and then also like, okay, this is what the play is going to be. It's like in Madden, I think. Going back to Madden, it always comes back to Madden. If you call the play and you're not looking at the screen, it's like, oh, what's the play, and you're kind of have to guess in the moment. I think that's what he was doing for a lot of the game, which explains some of the sloppiness.
It's like you're playing multiplayer on the same couch, so you can't show your play, but you picked the play. So you're like, I think I remember this guy ran like
Exactly.
the drag, and I think he ran this. But most of the time, Dobbs just dropped back, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna run to the right."
Well,
and the Falcons,
honestly,
he couldn't figure it
that
out.
one
Most of the
fourth
time he
down
did.
conversion was
Yeah.
huge. I forgot that he could run, and I was like, because I'm so used to. I mean, Kirk. I do think they're gonna miss Kirk because he's playing the season.
Oh,
of his
Kirk's
life.
done.
They're
He's
gonna,
done.
they're gonna miss Kirk, and
I don't think he's coming back.
I don't think so either. Yeah,
no,
he's
but I'm
gone.
saying like as good as Dobbs is gonna be, I think they'll still realize like, oh, this Kirk for all the trash and hate he gets, even when we were talking about trading him, like they're gonna miss him. I think even with Dobbs, but I think I was joking about it, texting you guys, but the Vikings might actually have a run game now, which opens up so much of the offense. If it's just Dobbs himself, because that 1/4, it was like 4th and 9 or something, and he ran and got the first. I mean, the grit, because I mean the Falcons, despite all their troubles and the villain at the helm, it was a fourth quarter comeback. They didn't have a lot of times, and Dobbs was able to do it with the Vikings. So it's like they still have a good fundamental team. It was one of those heartwarming stories because you see a guy who got past the buck a lot, going from team to team, and the grit. As much as I hate Heineke, there's the story of him getting in the NFL that's notable as well. I got to say it, but I think it was a great day for Dobbs. Great, and it's hope for the Vikings. Because going back, watching this whole game and how fun it was to watch, I was just like thankful to one of my original. It's not about me being right or wrong, but just the take of I want to see good football, and any of the conversation originally that was like, let's get a Colt McCoy, let's get someone that is going to be serviceable. Like at least get a guy like Dobbs. That's going to be exciting. And I think the Vikings have a potentially, health and things going their way, a very exciting couple weeks. And I'm not saying it's all going to be victories, but at least your ceiling, you got a chance to taste a little bit of what it could be like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we got to say this is a team effort. I mean, the coaches spent extra time with Dobbs reviewing all the plays.
Defense showed up at the end.
Defense shows up. Head coach, GM, a team effort. Way to save the season. Honestly, way to save the Minnesota Vikings season, because they were on the road to below 500, and when Kirk got injured, it was like, oh, it's really bad. But they saved the season.